Hello, and welcome to Beyond Headlines on Freedom Square TV. We're reaching you from our Enugu studios. Of course, Enugu is in southeast Nigeria. And the last time I checked, our tomorrow is here. A few days ago, a group of Patriots had a press conference in Enugu. That press conference, among other things, said and proclaimed that Governor Mbah is their political party. The Patriots, from the preview I made, comprise a very old-tested hands in Enugu politics, and those in the academia. And so when they came out with this proclamation, Enugu was caught by surprise. And since then, there's been a conversation around it, both on the streets of Enugu, and even at the beer parlor. It became a beer parlor talk about the Patriots announcing and proclaiming that His Excellency is their political party. And so we decided to have a conversation around it. And we felt that we should invite a man who should know, or a man who actually knows, to come and have this conversation. And so we are being joined in the studio by a ranking member of the Enugu State House of Assembly. He is actually a committee chair in Enugu Capital Territory, and he's the Co-Convener of Enugu State Patriots. He's no other person than the Right Honorable Barrister Chima Obieze. Honorable, good morning and welcome to Beyond Headlines.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Mbah, my big Oga, and it's always a pleasure being here with you.
Yes, Enugu State Patriots. Until last week, personally, I never heard of it. So my first question is, who are the Patriots? And when was this organization formed?
Thank you very much, Dr. Anioke, Ph.D. Enugu Patriots is a group of Enugu indigenes. I wouldn't want to use the word citizen because citizen is synonymous with country and nation. It's a group of Enugu indigenes who are very interested in the well-being of the state, politically and otherwise. We came together sometime in 2022 to insist that the governorship of Enugu State would have to continue in its rotation to Enugu East. And that we did. It was born out of our desire for continued peaceful coexistence, and not because of any sinister or selfish interest or agendas. So Enugu Patriots is a group of very renowned men and women who believe in the vision of this Enugu. If you were in the program we had on Sunday, when I gave an introduction of the group, I started by letting us know that this city was first discovered in 1909. This city, Enugu, that we love. Well, this was in 1909 when a British engineer led a group of tourists. They were on their way to Abakaliki in search of some gemstones. And then passing through the hills of Udi, they saw little children carrying something that looks like coal, which the locals called okwaka. They use it for their cooking. And he had to stop his entourage to find out what exactly they were carrying. Upon discovering it is coal, they immediately conducted a survey of the area to eventually discover that the area have coal in commercial quantities. And that was how our beautiful city was formed. And before you know it, they've already started rail line from Enugu to Port Harcourt, transporting coal to that place. And then in 1917, we were made a municipal city. And then since then, this city has continued. We've grown to be the capital of southern Nigeria, of eastern region, of old Anambra State, of East Central State, of old Enugu State, and then the new Enugu State. It's a city that we love. Like many of the persons who are part of the Enugu State Patriots, we're not citizens of any other country except Nigeria. And for me, born, bred, schooled here in Enugu State. So I make bold to say that I'm an Enugu boy. So we don't want this city to go astray. If you remember, a few years back, when during the NSAS, when some hoodlums wanted to destroy the city, it is this Patriots that came out led by me.
Okay, yeah.
And then our slogan then is Oye maybe Enugu Ogwe. And then we went around the city to make sure that we restored the city back to what it used to be. So it's a city that we love. We are very enthusiastic and passionate about Enugu. We don't want Enugu to continue to exist. We want the peoples of Enugu to continue to coexist peacefully. From our people from the northern part to our people in the eastern part to our people in the western part, the Aniris, the Ogos, the Ojivas, the Udis, the Ezeagus. We want all of us to continue to coexist peacefully. And what precipitates peaceful coexistence, what allowed peaceful coexistence, is that you must make peaceful change possible. Just like John F. Kennedy said, he said, those who make peaceful change impossible makes violent change inevitable. Yeah. So you must, when you make peaceful change possible, then definitely there will be nothing like violent change. And from the time that Enugu State started this republic, we had Chima Namani, who peacefully passed power to Enugu West Zone, gave it to our father and our mentor, Barrister Sullivan Chima, who also peacefully passed it on to Enugu North Senatorial Zone to Governor, His Excellency Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, who also peacefully passed it on to Peter Mbah. It's the position of the Patriots, which I know we will get there, that this peaceful change continues unabated and uninterrupted. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, it's good to ask this question because I was thinking that the Patriots is a product of circumstance now.
No.
Now, from your story, it's been there a couple of years back.
Yes.
As I recall, the NSAS,
yes,
you even cleaned the city of Enugu at that time.
Yes.
The kind of clean that went on while you got protests. Okay, but last week, like you said, last Sunday, precisely, the Patriots had a very far-reaching press conference in Enugu here.
Yes.
And among other things they did was to declare Peter Mbah as their political party. It sounded good just calling him, saying Peter Mbah is a political party. But people are saying, can one man just be a political party? Because it takes us to Louis the XIV or Louis the XVI in France, who said, I am the state. And I'm sure since then, that country has never been at peace. But can Peter Mbah, who actually is leading a political party already, a PDP, like you said, you traced the peaceful passage of handover from 1999 till date. It's been PDP all the way. So why call Peter Mbah your party?
Okay, I am very happy that the person asking this question is a literary icon. I remember in my university years, coming to your house and grabbing books and reading books has been one of the things that you taught I and my friend, my university friend, then your brother Anioke barrister. Now I want to let you know that what we said was a figurative speech. We are not saying that the governor is a political party in the literal sense. But figuratively, we are saying that he is the one we look up to for political direction. So what that means is we at this point have lost faith in political parties because of how it has been in Nigeria. So what we now look at is the man that we believe in. It's a matter of vision. So Governor Peter Mbah has come to become our beacon of hope politically. Therefore, we are no longer singing the song of the PDP as it ought to be, or the song of any other party, but we are now saying, Peter Mbah, at this point, please, you are the person where I am in PDP now because Peter Mbah is in PDP. That is the truth. If Peter Mbah says A, before he gets to C, I will be in C waiting for him to arrive. If he says, if he's Apple guy, wants to say before he gets to the last Apple guy, I will be the one carrying the file and standing behind him. The cock. You understand? If any party that he mentions, we go there. We are not going there because we no longer believe in a PDP, but because PDP has lost what it is, and Uche, there's no gainsaying the fact you are also a very big political player. PDP has not been fair to the Southeast from 1999 to date. First is that PDP was actually founded by a Southeasterner. The person that started the move for this party was Dr. Ezeagu, His Excellency. Started the G34, and from there, PDP was formed. We supported all the candidates of the PDP, even against our own brothers who contested in other parties. But what have we gotten? In what way has PDP paid the Southeast back? And now, looking at the current scenario where the PDP in the Southeast, where PDP actually have only one governor of the PDP, met and resolved that this is the person that we will call our national secretary. We have nominated Right Honorable SK Udokoye, and this is the secretary. Is a position zone to the Southeast. And the leaders of the party in the Southeast have come to say, this is the person that we want to be our secretary. And just a day after the PDP in the Southeast had a meeting to say it is Udokoye or nothing, just a day after that, NEC had a meeting and said that they are adopting or ratifying Anioke as there was nothing like, okay, in view of what is going on, let us send them miseries to the leadership of PDP in the Southeast to talk with them. It's as good as saying that I don't want to say calling us bluff. It's as good as saying that we amount to nothing for the PDP. It's a disgraceful action taken by NEC. So at this point, I think except something happens in our summit on Sunday, we asked the governor to take a position because it is not something I think we should accept. It's an unacceptable situation. However, the man we are looking up to, like I said earlier, is Governor Peter Mbah. If in his wisdom, in his discretion, is the man wearing the shoes, if from his high throne he observes the situation and decides that we should stay put in the PDP, who are we? We will stay with him. But a slight to our leader is a slight to every member of the PDP, to every of his followers, to everybody that believes in his political leadership. So what the NEC did in their last meeting was a slight, not just to Peter Mbah, it's a slight to everybody that believes in Peter Mbah's political leadership, it's a slight to Enugu State, and it's a slight to Ndimo.
Okay, it's a slight to His Excellency the Governor, who actually is the leader of party in the state and the leader of the party in the Southeast.
Yes.
It's a slight on Ndimo. But the PDP, just a couple of, 2 weeks or thereabout ago, it appeared they had come to terms. Because NEC was not able to hold for a long time. They had that. And they've now fixed their national convention sometime, I think, in November. Okay? Meaning, I had one of the one of the major players saying that temporarily the rift is over in PDP. There've been an exodus. Actually, there've been an exodus of people from the PDP. A lot of people have left. And so Jerry Gana was speaking on the national television just the last time I watched. He said, look, there's a reconciliation committee that they're going around and they want to bring back those who are aggrieved. To the best of your knowledge, that team, have they been in Enugu? Have they been any kind of around here to talk things over and say, look, we messed up a big time. Can there be a kind of correction? To the best of your knowledge?
No, I don't think so. I think the last time someone came to talk to His Excellency, our leader, was when Governor Chima of Oyo State came, and that was before the NEC meeting, not after. So I do not think there has been any team that has come to Enugu to talk. But then, even if they come, there's an Igbo saying that Onye Bwagebwe Amara Mugimbo. It means the man who shot you can also not be the person that will remove the bullet from your body. I refuse to accept that at this point I will still have any reason to remain in the PDP. I refuse to accept that the PDP, after what they have done, can still guarantee or can still protect the political interest of Enugu State, and of course my own leader, Governor Peter Ndubisi. But we're talking of politics here, so I refuse to accept that someone who has treated us with such disdain can still protect our political interest and agenda. So to that point, I still do not think. However, like I always say, the final decision rests on the shoulders of the man who wears the shoes, and that is Governor Peter Mbah, and whatever he decides is what we'll do. But on my own, if he seeks my counsel, I think it is time enough for us to do the needful.
I will revisit this year last comment. It's time for you to exit. We'll begin to talk about where we're exiting to. But before then, just after your meeting, a group of people who call themselves concerned stakeholders of the PDP,
yes,
also had a press conference. And they said that they've been in PDP since the beginning of the PDP. And that they want to reignite the strength of the PDP. And they went ahead to say that they are unwilling to leave. They've been ex-officers of the PDP, and they are very unwilling to leave. They will stay in PDP and they will die in PDP. As we without conceding that this bold attempt to exit PDP is made, how are you sure about going with even over 50% of your PDP supporters in Enugu State?
Well, I'm sure that any indigenous of Enugu who is a progressive, any member of PDP who is a progressive will go with Governor Peter Mbah. And I am sure that over 90% of PDP members will go with Governor Peter Mbah. You see, you're talking about the group you mentioned. You see, politics is by far a game of interest. If you want to, I would think that someone like you would begin to check what might be the rationale behind the press conference that came from that group. Is it that they feel that their personal or selfish interests are not protected by the current administration? Because, of course, people make a lot of political decisions based on the advice of their stomach. So you also check the characters of the people who have so granted those interviews. And you see, we have never had it this good. As a politician, I've been so ashamed to come out and say that I'm a politician. No, it's in Nigeria now. It's a shameful thing to come out and say I'm a politician. When you come out and say I'm a politician, the younger generation begin to they begin to look at you as not them, not them. So every Nigerian politician has another nickname, which is criminal. They say the criminals, the thieves. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
Now, for the first time in Enugu, we have a governor that is doing things differently. That is making you to want to be proud to say you are a politician.
I want to hear that thought.
I'm coming.
I want to hear that thought.
Yes, sir.
You know why? We'll take a short break.
Okay.
When we come back, I want to know the reasons for which not only just your group, but what you call the majority of Enugu, why they so much believe in His Excellency Governor Peter Mbah. That will be our next segment. So we'll be back shortly.
This is Freedom Square TV.
This is Freedom Square TV.
This is Freedom Square TV.
Freedom Square TV is your gateway to powerful business exposure and advertisement. Yes, you heard me right. I said it's your gateway to powerful business exposure and advertisement. We deliver their message to the right audience through professional media coverage, creative business promotion, and targeted advertising solution. Partner with us to grow your brand, boost and increase your visibility.
Freedom Square TV delivers accurate, timely news covering politics, business, and society, keeping viewers entertained, informed, and empowered every day. Keep watching Freedom Square TV.
Freedom Square TV, where script comes to life.
On Freedom Square TV, and we're still reaching you from our studios in Enugu. Our guest remains Right Honorable Chima Obieze. Honorable, before we went on break, it's like I made an expo. It's a World Expo. I said that when we come back,
Yes.
I'm going to find out, and those who are watching you want to find out, why you in particular feel so strongly about His Excellency Peter Mbah. And they also want to know why, even just barely almost 2 years or more than how many months, 15 months campaigns, you so come powerfully to endorse him for a second, Is there something he has done so differently? Know why you feel this way? Just let the viewers know why, the reasons for which this endorsement and this declaration, wherever he goes, you go.
Thank you. My senior brother, Comrade Uche Anioke.
You give me comrade.
Ph.D. You see, like I was trying to say earlier, being a young man, being a progressive, being someone that wants to do things better, differently, I've been saddened by the perception of the general public about politicians. Sometimes I am tempted to quit because I know that those perceptions are not who I am. Because the moment you mention that somebody is a politician, the first impression of the average Nigerian is that them, the criminals. Now, a leader has emerged in Enugu who does not think about today, but thinks about tomorrow. Whether you like it or not, Peter Mbah is planting trees that he will never sit under their shade. Peter Mbah is planting trees that the future generation of Enugu indigenes will benefit from. And why won't I celebrate him? Why won't I want to stick with him? He has a vision for Enugu's education system. It's not about the building, it's not about the structure. It's about what is going to happen inside the smart school. And I invite you to Owo. I've been there. And when I go there, when I look at the children, when I see the facilities available there, which he strongly intend to replicate in all the other 259 wards of Enugu. When you go there and look at, there's no private school in Enugu that has such facility. Talk more of public school. No private school in Enugu currently that have the type of facility that that smart school has. And if you go to all the other places where the smart school has been finished, you will see that what's happening in Enugu is not just because it's the governor's village. That it is the same thing that is happening in all the smart schools, the ones that are finished. A large chunk of them are yet uncompleted. We are hoping that they will be completed and that they will be taken off by September this year. But I'm telling you unequivocally that the type of education that Governor Peter Mbah intends to give to the people of Enugu State is the type of education that is obtainable in every developed country in the world. The type of education that is obtainable. There will be no need to say I am sending my child to go to school in US, in UK, in Europe, because whatever the children that will be emerging from Enugu school in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years who can compete effectively with children from any school anywhere in the world, and that is the vision, not the building. It is the vision of primary school students learning how to do elementary agriculture, having a farm, knowing the science of how plants grow, how animals are bred. It is the science of having them be computer literate from primary school, having them use computer gadgets from primary school. It is having them use technology to learn from primary school. That is the vision of this man. How does someone look at this vision and say that is a misplaced concept? That is not true. And this is not just for children who are studying in the city. It is for children who are studying in Amoli, in your village, in Akamoye, in my village. It is something that would centrally benefit Enugu State. By the way, part of the major challenge that have been faced as someone that represents a rural constituency is lack of affordable health care in the villages. We have health centers that are moribund. You come to a health center, you see only one nurse. There's no doctor. Doctor never comes. If people are sick and they come, nurse will do the prescription, nurse will do the treatment, or nurse will send them to Parkland or polyclinic. That is a hospital in town. We even have health when you enter, you will be visited by cobwebs. And Peter Mbah came and said, okay. And you also have health centers that are just one hall health center. The doctor does consultation in that one hall. The patients, the reception is inside that one hall. The nurse's office is in one hall. Patients are also treated in that one hall. He said, okay, let us use the United Nations model for PHC, primary health centers, like 2 primary health centers. We are using their model now. And then he said, out of the 260 wards, we are going to have primary health center. And you know, once it is a ward, it's only a matter of 10, 15 minutes drive. Or at most 20, 30 minutes walk. You must get to where the health centers are in the world. And then he said, not only are we building this structure, we are going to employ massively health workers who are going to be in these health centers. That it means that I can only come to Parkland from Ezeagu or UNTH or Polyclinic for more advanced health challenges, not something as small as I have malaria or I have typhoid or I have ulcer or I have this. I don't know if you understand.
I do.
And those health centers will have a day in the week where specialists, consultants will also come for those special cases. So I think perhaps I pray that Peter Mbah don't fall into the category of leaders who will be appreciated when they are far gone. That is actually the bane of our society. Great leaders are not valued when they are in power. I was in the airport one day. Governor Sullivan Chima was traveling. The moment he entered the airport, people started hailing him. People started praising him. He might go. Solly. People were going, people were taking pictures. I was in Opera Square the day Sullivan team handed over to the fine why. They did him in Opera Square. The day he handed over, when he came out to give his last speech from the VIP where we were sitting, you will be hearing murmurs and people were saying, yeah. But today they celebrate him. And I pray that Peter Mbah, that doesn't be his fate. I want him to be appreciated and valued now that he's in power and when he's out. He took the death of Jesus Christ for the chief priest to say, truly, this man is the Son of God. So we don't want Peter Mbah to be that man, because why part of the reason things are this way, some people are complaining about what is happening is because Peter Mbah there's a paradigm shift from what used to be and what is. The question is, this paradigm shift, is it in the interest of Enugu State or not? That is the question. Some persons complain that he is not sharing money. We have also had governors that shared money. And we also know how the people treated them when their time was gone. Now you have a governor that wants to leave eternal legacies in Enugu. Today, after 16 years that Governor Chima left power, we have the International Conference Center working. It takes a man who is not after personal glory with a man who is after the development of the city. Because the leader who is after personal glory will say, oh, this project did not start in my time. So when I finish it now, they will say it started, is this other person that did it. He's not interested in who takes the glory. He's interested that the project is working for the people of Enugu State. I don't want to talk about the other projects that we abandoned that have now been finished.
Presidential for one.
I don't want it to sound as if I'm indicting anybody.
No.
But then I want you to understand what I'm trying to say. Then we have the General Hospital now springing up, something that has been abandoned for over nearly 2 decades now. Almost going to take off very, very, very soon. So Peter Mbah is intentional. When you talk with him, you see a man that came prepared, a man that knows his onions, and a man that is not after public validation, but after what needs to be done for the city to move forward.
I want you to...
And again, you see some persons who don't understand what the man is trying to do in the aviation sector. Trying to say, yes, they want to commercialize or monetize or privatize the Enugu airport. No, they want to do that. Okay, look, wait, you travel. Tell me, when you land I don't want to go to Heathrow. I don't want to go to Dubai. I don't want to go to Paris. When you land in Rwanda, Kigali.
Even Accra.
Or when you land in Accra and you look at their airport and you think of where you took off from, how do you feel? And now, we know that as a people, part of our problem is that whatever is public property is being treated as a no man's child. And then we have an administration that is pushing that this place be privatized so that it can be run effectively. So that when you enter into our airport, you feel like you have landed in Kigali or in Accra or even in Dubai.
I guess,
and it's for the good of our people. It's for the development of our people.
The challenge about that concession was not actually whether it should be concessioned. It was about the time. They're talking about 80 years, and if the company did well, it would be extended to the next 20 years, which was going to be 100 years. And so people carried the story that said, nowhere in the world has that kind of concession be done. And I think from the last thing I read, I think it's been concession for 30 years now or something. Yeah. So I think it's about concession, not about advertising it.
No. I think I read an article about which obviously came from workers in the airport who are afraid
that they may lose their job.
that they may lose their jobs because the average civil servant here is lazy. Somebody will come to your office as a public servant and tell you that I'm looking for work, but please, I want to be posted where I will not be coming every day. So I don't know if you understand.
I do.
So I tell people that the politicians are part of Nigerian problem. They're not the Nigerian problem is Nigerians. It's not just the politicians.
They cut corners.
Nigerians love to cut corners everywhere. The civil servants. Do you know that if you win an election now, the first people that will come and tell you how to thief are the civil servants? the civil servants, even the people in the private sector. In fact, let me tell you, the biggest, greatest beneficiaries of Nigeria's corruption are not the politicians. They are the people in the private sector. They are the banks that will get under Mayfield. There's the banks that will come and apply for so and so amount of dollars. They will get it at 300 and something or 500 and something. And then instead of providing it for people who are into export business, they will sell it to other business people.
They already changed the guys.
Yes, at 1,000 something. And then you see bank CEOs building universities and mega businesses. From where did they get the money?
Before we drill, let's. I want to.
So I'm coming back to Peter Mbah.
Yes, yes.
Now
let's remain focused.
Peter Mbah trying to bring sanity to the governance system in Enugu State, bringing back sanity. Civil servants having to be in their office by 8 a.m., doing the needful, closing all leakages, all gaps that lead to corruption and fraud, providing incentives for workers, trying to increase their salaries. Is one of the first governors that adopted the increase in the minimum wage. And so on and so forth.
About that.
Yeah, he's one of the first governors. The third in the whole federation.
Adoption and paying, I did something.
Of course, he's paying. Yes. Of course, he's paying.
We'll do a fact check.
You to do a fact check, he's paying.
Okay.
And because I know I have some
I have to question to ask you.
So I'm not done. You know,
You're not done.
You asked me
Yes.
why I'm passionate about.
Yeah, but you said a lot for which I have a personal worry. Of course, if you,
I've only talked about the smart schools and the PhDs.
You are coming to agri.
I'm not talking about agriculture. I'm not talking about road infrastructure.
Transportation.
I'm not talking about transportation. The terminals.
Yes.
There's a whole lot to talk about.
Yes, but before you do those, I want you to. You see, there's a perception in Enugu. One, they give it to people that is working, but people believe that the citizens are overtaxed. Yeah, they believe citizens are overtaxed. But perhaps by the time he completes building the roads, he will have fewer people to govern because most people would have been dead.
Okay,
well, this is a critical area.
Yeah, it's a very, very critical area, and I would not want to delve into something I do not have the facts.
Okay, you're not the chairman of Board of Internal Revenue.
Yeah, yes, and I perhaps do not have.
So you don't know. I do not. Only Ezeagu Uberon, Wagner, have been overtaxed.
In Uberon,
you never heard about that.
No. I have not. However,
you're living far from the city.
No, I'm not far from the city. I made a post about the governor some weeks back. And then in the comment section, I heard a lot of people talk about the tax system.
Okay.
Now I've made a move on that. I've discussed with my speaker that it would be good for us to invite the chairman Board of Internal Revenue to know the taxes that are genuine. Because a lot of things happen. Some people have come to where one of my friends were building house. They said they came from so and so local government. They have come to collect so and so levy.
What did the youth levy?
I don't know. By the time we contacted the local government chairman, because my friend called me, I called the chairman. I said he doesn't know them and he doesn't know who they are or what they are talking about. So some young boys wake up in the morning and the rest of bring vehicle, and they drive to businesses and all that to exploit them. So I've spoken to my speaker that there will be need for the house to invite the chairman board of internal revenue, do a review because if the tax that people are paying are taxes that are in line with the laws, I don't think there's anything anybody can do about it. Besides, I also want you to know
the law is made for man, not for the.
We've not been a tax paying people.
I agree on this.
You understand? And so whenever you introduce something that is alien, they are bound to be reactions.
So
I think when we conduct the investigation and find out what is going on, I can't be able to say, okay, this. But then again, the National Assembly has passed Tinubu's tax reform
from January next year.
Yes, and then from that January next year, if you're earning below a certain amount of money, you cannot be taxed.
Yeah.
So people who are talking about petty traders being taxed, obviously those petty traders.
Even if you're a small scale company and they're making less than 50 million, yeah, 200.
Because in my head, 200 per word. And then, what does he intend to do with that? The land still belongs to the community, but the land is specifically going to be used as farm settlements, where farmers can come. If you're a farmer, you can come, say the number of plots you want and what you want to plant. They will give you.
Yeah.
And then the state government will provide the facilities needed, like water, irrigation, so that that will be working. I think the plan is underway. The last time I spoke with the SPA on agriculture, Mike Welker, he gave me a rundown of some of the plans that they have. I do not have all the facts. I'm not the chairman of Committee on Agriculture.
Okay.
Even though I'm also a small farmer in my own little way, but I know that something is being done in that direction.
Yeah, yes, I should even, the journalist,
yes,
be able to visit Dakpo.
Dakpo
Farm Estate.
Yeah, Farm Estate.
Dakpo used to be a hub of all criminal activities, almost in the southeast.
Unknown government.
Yes, and if you visited there, you will now understand. We hosted the consultant to the governor on Farm Estates here just about last week.
Exactly.
The Commission of Agriculture CEO here sitting right now. And what a lot is going on there.
Exactly.
Okay, are there other areas you want to speak to? Why you so graciously are talking about Peter Mbah? Yeah,
basically, it because I feel Peter Mbah is doing what.
Let's look at security.
Yeah, the governor has tried in security, but then it's not like the challenges are over.
It can never be over.
Yeah,
in New York, in London, everywhere.
Exactly.
It happens.
Exactly. So that when people talk, people don't know how much investment the governor has done in security. Of course, you know about the control room.
I was there.
And you see how much the city is being coordinated. But most of these criminals, they do what I'm thinking about the term. Like you come out, you strike, you run, and you go and hide. And it's been overwhelming for the Nigerian police. That's why someone like me, I am clamoring for state police, because you see, we need more security operatives than we have. We need more security operatives than we have. They clearly cannot. If you go to Dubai, they say that Dubai is a one police country. We have a lot of police officers because security is actually very, very important. I've followed quite a couple of incidents of a kidnapping, and how the DRS and the security team of His Excellency the Governor, the SA on security, how they responded to it. And then when you see that, you know that we have security in Enugu State. But then, where there is a lot of criminals, it's only a matter of time, and we'll be able to continue to reduce it. But you can testify with me that it is not what it used to be.
No. No.
There's a lot of improvement and then, but we have not gotten to it. It is not yet Eldorado.
Okay. At the beginning, you spoke so highly about if you are asked that the governor should actually quit PDP. You are so certain. You believe that the injury had been done. It may not easily be accentuated, so early. And the question is, so if you're going to go, where will you ask him to go?
So our options are very many. Yes,
you pay tax.
You pay tax. So it's part of what is in the new tax reform. So people who are also crying, they should also know that perhaps what is happening now is in accordance with the extant laws guiding taxation in Enugu State. And by January, when the Act of National Assembly will supersede, of course, the Enugu State tax laws, there will be an ease.
Okay, just barely a month ago, thereabout, with fanfare, pomp and pageantry, we launched the Enugu novel, Audacious and Courageous. Yeah. But if people say it's elitist, what is happening to the less privileged in terms of transportation? If you in India. So what are the things that the poor masses are going to benefit in terms of the transport sector in Enugu?
Are you talking about the transport sector? Or are you talking about the aviation sector?
It's part of the transport system. I said, they say that one is elitist.
Am I talking about transport system holistically?
Yeah, holistically.
Or you want me to talk about the Enugu?
No. Enugu transport system holistically. Why I mentioned Enugu, they say that one is elitist.
Okay, how is it elitist? Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Have you ever come across the concept, the term, economic illiteracy? It is illiteracy for an end user to think that everything that was done before the item they are using or they are buying are not their concern or doesn't affect. For instance, some of the things that you buy are imported, and some of the importation are done through cargo air.
Yeah.
And how it is imported also determines how the price at which. Look, assuming Enugu has a cargo plane now, that will now bring electronics straight into Enugu at a price, and you don't have to now pay what you have to pay from Lagos to bring it from Lagos to Enugu. And then people living in Uboe who don't have a TV, who eventually want a TV, can now afford to buy one. It's political illiteracy for someone to think that because I'm not flying, that any investment done in the aviation sector will not affect me.
That may be logical, but let me tell you why. You read in secondary school, economic scale of preference.
Yes.
Opportunity cost.
Yes.
Nobody is saying, or the people who are complaining, they're not saying that it's not important.
So are you saying now?
They're saying that
Are you saying the other thing that are you saying now? Are you saying now a lot of people are flying?
Now.
Are you saying now that are you saying now that because 50% or 70% of Rwanda don't fly Rwanda Air, that there is no need for Rwanda to have Rwanda Air? Is it not a business that will yield money to the state? And by the state having money, it boosts the economy of the state. And when the economy of the state is boosted, even the man in Ube or in Ubodogu or in Ubopo will benefit some level of infrastructure development. It's a state-owned business. And the money that is gotten from that business is not going to the elites. It is also going into the coffers of the state to be used in the interest of welfare of the people of Enugu State.
And I would like you a little bit far. See, that's saying the same fanfare will put the Enugu Aid launched. Let them use it to launch the CNG buses. Let it be operational.
We're
talking about the bus. Get it?
We are just about to do.
Yes, they're talking about the balance. They said the CNG buses came much earlier. They've been packed.
Yeah, because the terminals are not, we're not.
So speak to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Speak to
trying to,
that, yes.
I'm trying to let you know.
Speak to that.
We don't want to start operation when you're not here ready.
Okay.
So we are finishing the terminals now. Once the terminals are ready, the CNG buses will start operation. Our people, there's this tale of the tortoise falling into a ditch and have been there for days.
That's human beings.
And then when people eventually discovered him and they were now looking for rope to pull him out, the tortoise started shouting.
Yeah.
That you people should do the same.
And they said they want the buses to start flying.
So,
I want to come to their village using the bus and I'm dropping my car.
That's why the administration bought the buses. Yeah. They didn't buy the buses to park them in Obara Square. It is in their own, interest, agenda, plan that the buses be on the streets. But they have to put all the structures in place for the buses to take off.
Okay, let's look at agriculture. It is one area that Peter Mbah made a robust promise. I happened to be there when he launched his manifesto at Godfrey University. And he talked so graciously about agriculture and agro-industrialization. In taking the decision you people took about endorsing him for a second tenure, did you take a look at the agricultural sector and how far he's been able to fulfill at least, this is half time, at least 50% of the promises he made on agriculture?
Well, these things are not rocket science. Some developments take time. And I think the first step that he has taken was to secure about, I think it's about 100 hectares of land. Or what?
200.
200.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, okay. I said 100 because my community gave 100 because we have 2 wards in my. That one brought 100. We brought 100. So that's why 100. He will win. The people of Enugu like him. The people of Enugu believe in his vision. Because it is not all about bringing politicians together and sharing money to them. It's about where Enugu is headed. In less than 2 years, Peter Mbah has completely shifted the direction of this ship, Enugu. And now we can see the harbor. We can see the promised land. We can see where we are headed. Imagine what our economic situation was before Peter became governor. Imagine where we are now. There's a 5-star hotel springing up in Independent Layout. If you pass there, you look at the type of equipment they are using. Those are the type of equipment you see only in Lagos and Abuja. You will never see it anywhere. Those things are indices that drive investment, drive development. Yeah, the man in Ababa or in MNA may not be able to afford a room there. That is not where we are building it. But their children may have to work there and get paid. The taxes that will be generated from there and the income that would come from there will be helping the state, helping us to improve, helping us to pay worker salary as at when due, helping us to provide infrastructure. You see that? So the people of Enugu State are seeing that, and I believe that we have options. If we want, we can go to APGA. If we want, we can go to any party. We can go to APC.
We can win in PD.
Like I said, if the governor, who is the big player here, they are sitting in that chair, there's a lot of things that he sees that we don't see. If the governor in his mind finds that, we can still do this with PDP. Who am I? Who are we?
So you forgive all the sins that are permitted.
If he who is the major person they have offended can forgive them, why won't I forgive them? You see, that's loyalty for me. And this loyalty, I'm not giving it to him simply because he is the governor, he is the leader of my party. I think the few people that know me very well know me to also be someone that can say that I don't stand here if I don't stand here. At least I have that small amount of courage to be able to say no. This I cannot deal with this. So I am standing with Peter Mbah now because I believe in his vision. That is just it.
Okay, I want you to
And his dream.
I want you to believe you're looking at the people of Enugu State as you speak now.
Yes.
Your supporters, the PDP people, the non-PDP people. Talk to them. Use the next 5 minutes to talk to them. What is an advice, generally, on the ship of state and where the state is headed to?
Yeah. So I would like to tell them is, Enugu is our city. Enugu is our own. You don't have to be from Enugu State. If you were born here, you are an Enugu boy. It's our duty to ensure that this city that we so much love do not go down the drain, that this city continue to grow. The question is, for most of us, our sons and daughters are citizens of Enugu. They may not be so treated fairly in any other states of Nigeria the way they will be treated here. If war breaks out, this is our land. If there is famine, this is our land. Is this the state we want our children to inherit after us? If it is not, it is time to join Governor Peter Mbah to build a city that we can give to our children as a legacy. And it is no longer time to talk about party, to talk about PDP, to talk about APGA, talk about APC. It is a time to talk about good governance. It is a time to talk about development, talk about good leadership, and talk about taking Enugu to another level. And if Governor Peter Mbah is able to do what he has done in 2 years, and we will also do more before the next 2 years, I think he deserves that we support him to continue to do well. Whichever party that he decides to be, if he remains in PDP, we should stand with him. If he goes to any other party, we should stand with him. Again, we've enjoyed peaceful transfer of power from one senatorial zone in Enugu to another. And if Governor Peter Mbah does not return to complete his good works for the next 8 years, and someone else from Enugu East takes over, the person will eventually want to do another 8 years. And then Enugu East will be taking 12 years. And that will be cheating the other senatorials. Because I know that for whatever it's worth, by 2031, the people of Enugu West, the people of Aniri, Ogu, Odi, the Ezeagu, Oji River will be coming for that seat. It will be their turn to come and occupy the Lion Building, the government house, and they will look for someone that has the same values as Governor Peter Mbah, or even better, to come there and continue from where he has stopped. So it is incumbent upon us to support the governor to complete the 8 years of Enugu East, so that the people of Enugu West will take over. I can tell you for sure, we are from the same zone. That is not to do that thing. For the fact that 2031 is ours, we will support Governor Peter Mbah wholeheartedly. Any other person thinking that they can come from Enugu East to contest, and that the people, they should know that they will get 0 votes from Enugu West senatorial zone, because Enugu West senatorial zone will give Governor Peter Mbah their votes en masse, any party that he is, so that after him we will get our fair share of the position. Okay. Thank you, and God bless you.
Yes, I think this is actually a very perfect point to end this conversation. But before then, I want to thank Right Honorable Chima Obieze for finding time within the short notice to be here. Thank you very much. And to our viewers, well, this conversation does not end here. We can continue the conversation on our social media handles, our Facebook or YouTube, at Freedom Square TV. And on that, I want to say thank you for being part of this program. We look forward to seeing you same time tomorrow for yet another interesting edition. Have a lovely afternoon.